Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome in. I just thought I would jump on here and go live from the deer blind. Not a lot moving right now. Had one little buck come through, and he moved out about 10 minutes ago. It's been legal shooting light for the last 4 minutes. So if we don't see anything, we won't see anything. But that's why they call it hunting and not shooting. I thought it'd be pretty cool just to bring y'all along live from the deer blind. Never done a live from the deer blind before. Just maybe we'll do more. Welcome in. Let me see if I can pull some chat up. Hey Rebecca, welcome in. Andy, how are you? Welcome in. Kind of got myself a little bit tough to reach the camera. There's my crossbow. And behind the crossbow is me. So there's the corn feeder right in the middle of the camera. So anyway, let's just see what happens. I got the microphone right up to my mouth, so hopefully you guys can hear me, because I'm not talking very loud. I'm going to try to move things around and get y'all a little bit closer to me. Make sure you're not in my way right there. I think that'll work. Y'all can see the sun's going to come up right over there. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm glad. Hey, John, welcome in. Don't sneeze, don't cough. Oh, it happens. It's hard to run these deer off around here, to be honest. They get used to us. Could just finish Lord's Supper, saw your feed, and want to give you a thumbs up. This is really different. And thank you. Got some geese coming in. Can y'all hear that? I hope y'all could hear that. The geese was cool. They were just flying by. Nothing. They weren't coming to me. So just a little bit of rundown of what I got set up here. We are in a Tide Wee hunting blind. That's the wall you can see through. As you can see, I've got a window open, but you can literally look through the wall. Dina got me this for Christmas last year. We got a game winner corn feeder out there, and I put a solar charger on it to keep the battery charged. And it went off at 6 o'clock this morning. It's now 6:47. I can only hunt till about 7:30, and then I have to get ready for church. But I'm shooting a Wicked Ridge 10-point crossbow with 20-inch long crossbow bolts, a 3-blade fixed broadhead, I have used mechanical broadheads in the past. I think they stand too big of a chance of failing and not deploying when they should. So I like the fixed broadheads. I'm hoping while y'all are with me that we get to see some deer at the very least. Yeah, I videoed a little bit of that little buck coming in earlier, but the light wasn't very good. He was hard to see. I'm gonna move that a little bit for y'all and you can see a little better. It was a little bit cold this morning. It's in the 50s, but all I got's a hoodie on, and that really wasn't enough. I'm gonna move y'all. Maybe I'd wondered what it would be like to film from this side. This is directly in front of me. Crossbow's right there. You can look out this side too. Okay, I think that's gonna work. We'll see. Y'all aren't super level, but let me see if I can level you up a little bit. There you go. Well, welcome in, everybody. See, there's a few more in the chat, a few more watching, but not in the chat. Y'all give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this, let me know, because this is pretty cool. I enjoy doing this, coming live from the deer blind. 6:50 a.m. Oklahoma Central Standard Time. Now, how cool would it be to catch me harvesting a big buck live? That would be awesome. It's so different for state laws that if your state you can bait deer, in Oklahoma and Missouri you have to remove bait 2 weeks before hunting starts. Yep, every state is definitely different, Rebecca. We are blessed here to be able to bait, and quite honestly, if we were not able to bait deer, I would not have good hunting. The deer wouldn't come here. I don't know if y'all can hear the good morning, Waters family. Welcome in, Michael. I don't know if y'all can hear the roosters and the crows and all of that. I got my mic on background filters, so I'm not seeing indication of it picking up the crows and the chickens and the roosters. But I love the sound of a winter morning. It is picking up something, but it might just be the highway, which is not exactly what you'll want to pick up. The highway's, a couple 100 yards behind me to the highway. But that's all right. This is what we have to use and to hunt with, and we love it here. It's not a big place, but it works. I don't know why I've never thought about going live from hunting blind before, but next time we're in the blind, we'll go live again. Good, good. I'm glad you can hear it. Hey, James Ray, good morning from Ohio to Ohio from Oklahoma, the other O state. Thanks for joining us. Right now, nothing moving. We had a small buck in, 30 minutes ago now, since he left out, which he left 5 minutes before legal shooting light. As y'all can see, we are pretty wide open here. Let me pull some more of that down. Pretty wide open country here, but it's still a really good hunting spot. I don't have my best tripod out here, y'all, so it's a little rickety. But anyway, I don't know if this is your thing or not, but if you like hunting and you can't go, maybe joining me helps you out. What else did Rebecca say? I just heard that rooster. Good morning, James Ray. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. So only about 35 more minutes I'm going to be able to stay out here and hunt. This year, unfortunately, I'm sitting out deer season. We have too many. Oh, wow, really? That mad cow disease, I think, is what that CWD. 3 deer in my township. That is devastating, James. That is devastating. Chronic wasting disease, I believe, is what that is, without looking it up, which is terrible for the deer herd. Not. It's kind of similar to mad cow disease, if I understand it right, but it's chronic wasting disease. Tell me if I'm right, James, because I sure don't know for 100%. Welcome in, everyone. Shows we got 9 people watching. We've been up to 11, just dropped back to 7 now, but I hope everybody's got a good cup of coffee. Yes, it is chronic wasting disease. Thank you. Yes, Jack, you are correct. Thank you, James Ray. What area of Ohio? John from Delighted Acres would like to know, James, what area of Ohio you're in. Guys, I can get away with talking while I'm hunting because we're so far from any cover. I won't be surprised. Deer don't sneak up on me all that often unless it's in the dark. In the dark, they can just appear like a ghost out there. It's kind of crazy. Northeast Ohio, John. I think I'll have a little more coffee myself, y'all. That microphone right on my throat, y'all probably heard me swallow. It's a beautiful morning. Would love to have Dina out here with me, but she is not a morning person. It's not very often we get her in the woods on a early morning hunt. And we're not in the woods by no means. We're in the open pasture, sitting in a blind. But it works. We have been able to harvest quite a few deer from this very location. My wife is from Southwest Ohio. We lived there 9 years before moving. I didn't know that, John. I thought you was always a north central Oklahoma boy. North central, west central. I guess you're a little bit west of dead central. I currently live 19 miles south of where I was born. But hey, we're headed to Alaska next week. Looking forward to that. Maybe we'll go live from up there. That would be cool. We can get the opportunity. I believe we could. West Virginia, PA line. Well, James, do you know where Buchanan, West Virginia is? I used to have an office in a warehouse in Buchanan, West Virginia that I was over as that's my Sunday morning get up alarm. Sorry about that. It's not a good place to have an alarm go off out in a deer blind. Um, but yeah, I was a safety man for Oilfield Chemical Company in Buchanan, West Virginia. Born and raised, Jack. I live in the house where I grew up, but I lived some other places, Indiana, Ohio, Jamaica. Wow, really, John? Rebecca's lived in 5 states, from California to Missouri. Well, Rebecca, I have lived in 3 states, California, Texas, and Oklahoma. All of my adult life has been in Oklahoma. I went to 8 different schools. Hey, Terry, welcome in. Glad you're in here. Grand Rising, my friend. Yeah, I went to 8 different schools, but I'm about 25 miles away from where I graduated high school, southwest of me, and it's probably 20, and I'm 19 miles south of the town I was born in. So, yeah, I ain't got real far, even though I've traveled the world. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. The U.S. government gave me a free trip around the globe. We have been first through K-12. Man, I never went to school that far north. Well, I guess I did. Pampa, Texas was as far north as I ever went to school. And I was like second, third grade, Pampa, Texas. I started school in Ninnekal, Oklahoma. Went from Ninnekal to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City to Schulter, Oklahoma, which is a little bit north, but not, yeah, it may be as far north as Pampa. From Schulter, Oklahoma, we went to Pampa, Texas. Pampa to Lindsay, Oklahoma. Lindsay to Alex, Oklahoma, or Ellick if you're local. Alex, Oklahoma to Chickasha, Chickasha to Empire, and I graduated at Empire. And y'all, I went to Ellick, Oklahoma, or Alex, Oklahoma for 7 years. For 7 years, if that tells you how long I was at some of them other schools. Let's see, John said, Nennicall Baptist Church was my first ministry position. No kidding, John. Nennicall Baptist Church is about 16 miles north of me. I was born in Chickasha. Let's see, California, Utah, Washington, Oregon, Missouri in 1983. Rebecca, you've lived in some pretty states, for sure. Washington, Oregon, Utah, Northern California, Missouri, they're all pretty. They really are. Southern California, that's for somebody else. No, but I've been around that area. I used to work for a company out of Tulsa Redline Resources. Good company. I worked for Champion Technologies. Is who I was working for when I had that office out in Buchanan. And then I also had a warehouse in Lycoming Creek, right outside of Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. And we had a company house where it was kind of the office, but it was just a house where most of us were not locals. So we'd come in and stay in this house in Towanda, Pennsylvania. So interesting setup for sure. We basically had a house and a warehouse about 70 miles away. Parents lived in Southern California down by Los Angeles. I was born in San Bernardino, left when I was 2 years old, so I remember nothing. Funny story about that area. We lived in Oceanside, California, not too awful far from San Bernardino. My dad was in the military, but I was out in the San Diego area, 12, 13 years ago now. I was out there 9 days for a conference. And we took one day and went and seen all the Spanish missions. Gotta go. Y'all stay safe. Good luck, Jack. Thank you. I don't have too much time left. I got like 24 minutes and I'm going to have to bail out too. But thanks for stopping by, Michael. So anyway, we went to these Spanish missions and I was standing in this one. It was north of Oceanside. I don't remember which mission, but we went to 7 or 8 of them that day. Anyway, I was standing in there and they had this beautiful orange tree with giant oranges on it in the courtyard of this mission. And I made a comment to my buddy that was with me, Paul Coleman is his name. I said, boy, I'd love to get one of them fresh oranges. I've never had a fresh orange right off the tree. Because oranges don't grow in my part of the country. And this lady heard me and she plucked that orange. She plucked an orange, picked it, and gave it to me. And so I struck up a conversation with her. And she said, you don't sound like you're from here. You have a southern voice. I said, no, ma'am, I'm from Oklahoma. And she said, well, I was born in Oklahoma in a town called Chickasha. I said, ma'am, I was born in Oklahoma in a town called Chickasha. And she not only was born in Chickasha, but she was also born the very same day of the year, September the 9th, that I am. Now, she was almost 40 years my senior. So she was born way before I was in Chickasha. But her parents moved out to California before she was 1 year old. And she's never been back to Oklahoma. So I gave her my phone number and told her if she ever made it, I'd be glad to come meet her and hang out, show her around Chickasha, her birthplace that she had never seen since she was one. I thought it was a pretty cool story and crazy that I run into her in a Spanish mission in South California, Southern California. Crazy deal. Crazy deal. Y'all, I ain't seeing no deer moving. Nothing. Official sunrise has happened according to the clock, but it has not come up over the horizon yet for me. I'm down behind a hill here. But it is 2 minutes past official sunrise. I'm pretty sure that one lone deer is all I'm going to see. Yes, it does, Rebecca. It is a small world. I ran into people I knew in Virginia when I was stationed out there. Ran into people I knew in Iraq when I was stationed there. Ran into people I knew in Saudi Arabia when I was stationed there. It is a small world, for sure. I've run into people in Jamaica I knew, people on cruise ships, and it's wild. We leave a little bitty footprint, but it sure traverses a lot of the world. Hey, Troy Sutton, welcome in there, my friend. Glad you're in here. We're just sitting in the deer blind. Thought I'd go live. I just got, let's see, I've got 20 more minutes. Then I need to go in and get ready, cleaned up for church, get a shower and all that stuff. But I thought I'd bring y'all in live and see if we couldn't have some success, or at least visit while I was just sitting here. Time for a little more coffee. This may actually be, probably not. I'll probably get to do a little bit of evening hunting, but this may actually be the last time I get to hunt until I get back from Alaska. Hey, Whistle Stop, welcome in. Glad you're in here, Ed. Now, Rebecca, is Whistle Stop Ed? Somebody please let me know, because I didn't see Ed. Excuse me. Come here, dear. We got corn over here. And to tell y'all the truth, even if a nice deer came in, buck or doe, I'm hunting anything most mornings. But this close to leaving for Alaska, I would only shoot a sure enough trophy. I wouldn't take a shot on a doe or a smaller buck, just because I can't Ed, I was in your live last night lurking. I can't process it the way I want to process my deer this close to Alaska trip, is it takes 10 days or so in an ice chest of draining it every day and keeping fresh ice on it for that meat to be as good as it can be. And if you've never done that and you harvest wild game, you should try that. Just keep ice on it, drain it every day until the water runs clear. It will greatly increase the, what am I trying to say? The quality of the meat, unless you really like that wild gamey taste, and some people do. And I like it, but I like it a little less wild, a little less gamey, and that does that for me. But if I shot a big buck, I would go ahead and take him to the processors to keep my friends from having to take care of him while we're gone, which would be Clyde and Stacy. They're our farm setters. And we farm set for them too. Got to get off here, Jack. Have a great day, everyone. John, thank you, man, for dropping by. God bless you, brother. We are 16 minutes away from me needing to get off here, too. And there's the sun completely over the horizon now. Hard to see for y'all. On the deer feeder. I don't know. Yeah, it'll turn around. So anyway, anything comes up, I could have been talking to y'all the whole time. Rebecca, got your hat on. I don't have to have orange on yet, but when I get back from Alaska, I will have to wear the orange one. I love his hat. Rebecca, thank you so much. Yes, Ed is from Whistle Stop. Thank you. Yep. The sun's lighting me up a little bit. Normally I'm sitting pretty much in the dark. But as it gets lighter, it's hard to be in the dark. I just ran out of coffee, y'all. I got one sip left in the bottom of the cup. I know where there's more. I do. Today, we go live this evening. I think there's going to be some announcements made in the lives, in the chat, and online. You knew Ed before you knew me. That's okay, Rebecca. I sure am looking forward to the 10 Killer Homestead or 10 Killer YouTube meetup, Miss Rebecca. How about you? It's coming faster than we believe. My little possibles bag that I carry. Like I put my gloves on. I'm going to end this live in 13 minutes, y'all. I'd keep going, but I cannot skip church to sit out here in the blind, especially as slow as it is. The further we get away from sunrise, the less our chances get until we get within hour of sunset. I will put this out there. I will not be going live because I was live yesterday. Okay, Rebecca, thank you for that. I will Spread the word. Rebecca is not going to be live. Rebecca Touched by Yarn. But this is just an impromptu live. This is not going to take place of my normal Sunday, Homestead Sunday live, which if y'all don't know, on Sundays, Rebecca generally goes live. We've got Hippie Callier Homestead. And off the top of my head, I can't tell you their times. Rebecca, if you can, put it in the chat, please. But we got Hippie Callier Homestead. Then we have, gosh, what is Bert and Cindy's channel's name? Good gravy, I can't remember. Simple Acres Homestead up in Canada. And then we have Money Pit Homestead out of Kentucky with Donald and Lisa. That is at 5. That's the first one I can remember. Simple Acres is at 3. This is all Central Standard Time. Simple Acres at 3. I think Hippie Callier goes at 2 Central Standard Time. Simple Acres at 3. Money Pit Homestead at 5. The Wild Huckleberry at 6. Then We Are Dyer Family Farm at 7. And it all wraps up. You Go Live at 4. Whistle Stop Homestead will be live at 4, y'all. Well, you need to be part of our Homestead Sunday. So I need to write all this down, no doubt. But Red Dirt Rooster Road wraps up the Sunday, Homestead Sunday at 8, going live with Monty and Michelle. And pretty good Sunday, y'all. Pretty good Sunday. Mine's going to be very, very busy. If I'm on the lives before mine, it will be because I'm listening while I'm working. I don't like working on Sunday, but I've got a lot to do to get the farm ready before we leave for Alaska. And this is my last somewhat full day because I've got to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we're skedaddling Thursday. Let's see. My live is at 1:45, then Simple Acres goes 3, then Hippie Callier at 45 is Money Pit, it's then 6 o'clock, the Wild Huckleberry. Yes, thank you, Rebecca. Whistle Stop Homestead, we got to get you in there, Ed. Get you at least recognized as one of the Sunday Homesteading Sunday channels. Welcome, welcome. Now, Rebecca said you were live yesterday, so I didn't know you was going live today. That's good. We go every Sunday. There's a Sunday or two we miss, don't get me wrong. Every now and then something causes us to miss it. And seems like the last few months I've been way too busy to even get on the other lives. I usually just listen. Yeah, I went and did a pop-up live late last night. Cool beans, cool beans. Hippie Callie goes at 4. Hippie Callier goes at 4. Hippie Callier, Cowyah, ever how you spell yay. Hippie Callier. That's Chris and Dodge Thompson over in eastern Oklahoma. The Wild Huckleberry. Are you at deer camp, Robbie? Look where I'm at. I'm sitting in the deer blind, my friend. It's just 7 minutes 7 minutes. I was just watching about the new tractor and I saw you were live. Ah, you getting to see my new tractor. That's a nice little tractor. It's actually sitting right behind me, right. Well, y'all can't see where I'm pointing, but it's at the far left of the screen, very dead center. Let me put it in the center of the screen. That's dead center of the screen. That's my new tractor. I'm sitting in a blind, Robbie, and I just thought, why don't I just go live? And so I did. But we haven't had any deer come in since I went live. Had the one come in and leave 5 minutes before legal shooting light. Small buck. Was not going to be my target. Nice tractor, Jack. Nice tractor. Jack is big time now. Well, I'm telling you, it's already made a lot of difference on our farm. It is a big tractor. Stu Max or Stu, do you have a target buck? I kind of do. I've named my bucks in the past years, but I hadn't had any cameras up this year, Stu. But we've got one absolute bruiser that's just started to show up since rut has started happening, and we're not in full rut, but we are in pre-rut. And this guy, Dina, my wife, has gotten a picture of him and sent it to me while I was at a men's Bible study. And then I seen him the next morning, but only about 150 yards out. Other than that, no. I'd love to have an opportunity with this guy. I'm at home today. I've cooked breakfast at the camp all week, and now I'm cooking at home. Way different style of cooking. Yes, sir, I'd imagine. Coyotes are firing off in the distance. Sounds like generally means a farmer's either feeding or a train is coming. I got about 5 minutes and I'm going to have to get off here so I can go to church. Don't want to miss church. I need the education. Spin y'all around again. It's getting bright out front. The sun's well up now, as you can see. This is my view. Most of the time, the deer come from right over there and right back here in this area. Good morning, Joey. Welcome in from Alabama. Joe Fix It For You. It's hard to see through the blind, but right in that area, there's a little pond, and they come up from there, and from that tree line out across there, they'll come out. So, but I mean, they come from all directions, but that's the main areas. Hey, not for nothing, Homestead. Good morning, Miss Ginger. We got Ginger and Joey. Glad y'all are here. I'm literally only here for 3 more minutes, but I'm sitting in my deer blind trying to see if old Bruiser Buck wouldn't come out before church. Oh, it's good to see y'all in the chat, though. Haven't made it by your lives or anything in a while. Life just gets way too busy. Way too busy. I'm probably done hunting until Saturday. Got to work this week. Well, Robbie, I may get to do an evening hunt. Jesse and Lisa gave you a nice shout out last night on their live last night. Wow, cool. I need to talk to Jesse. I ain't talked to him in a while. I haven't been distant on purpose. It's just we just been so busy, and we leave Thursday for Alaska. So, yeah, Robbie, I may get to hunt a little bit in the evenings, but there's so much prep around the farm to be done while we're gone for while we're gone that even if I do hunt, I'm going to be super selective about what I take. It's going to have to be a lifetime trophy. It won't be, I won't be out here just hunting for meat like normal. Normally I'm a meat hunter. I'm not a horn hunter. But it's going to have to be an extraordinary deer because I won't be able to take care of it the way I want to, and I'll have to take it to a processor. And unless it's a trophy, I don't want to do that. Well, more wild huckleberry. Good morning, Rebecca. I wish you good luck. Thank you, Ginger. It doesn't look very probable. I've got 1 minute. I promised myself I was leaving the blind at 7:30 because I'm not going to be late for church. So with that said, I'm going to sign off. Thank y'all for joining me. Me too. You can't eat the horns. It don't matter how long you bull them, they still ain't edible. But I do like to look at them. I'm not a horn hunter. I'm a meat hunter. But when it's this kind of scenario, it would have to be a trophy for me to take it today. Love you guys. Thanks for jumping in. It's always good to hear from each and every one of you guys. Challenge y'all to be a blessing for someone else today. God bless. We'll see you again on the next one. This evening, 7 p.m., we'll be live. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.